Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've got some huge news today that could seriously impact millions of Americans, and that includes a lot of you watching. If you're someone who's depending on Social Security, whether for retirement or disability benefits, this is a game changer. Just recently, President Joe Biden signed into law a new bill that will deliver a $700 boost to Social Security benefits. Yes, you heard that right, a $700 increase. That's a significant amount, and for many people, this could make a huge difference in covering expenses that seem to be constantly on the rise. So, if you or someone you know is on Social Security, stick around because we're diving deep into the details of what this bill means, how it works, and when you can expect to see that extra cash in your bank account. This new law, known as the Social Security Fairness Act, has just been signed by President Biden and it's already making waves in the media. The goal of the bill is to tackle some of the challenges that Social Security beneficiaries have been facing for years, including rising costs of living, healthcare expenses, and just the overall financial burden that so many seniors and disabled individuals are carrying. Essentially, the Social Security Fairness Act is a huge step in making sure that Social Security benefits are more in line with the cost of living today. This new law addresses issues that have been decades in the making, adjusting the benefits system so that recipients can get a more accurate and fair payout based on the true cost of living, rather than the outdated formulas we've been working with for far too long. But what's really getting people excited is the promise of that $700 boost. This is not a one-time check, it's a permanent increase in your monthly benefits. So, if you're someone who's currently receiving Social Security, you can expect an additional $700 added to your regular monthly payments. This could make a huge difference, especially for people who rely on Social Security as their main source of income. The boost is expected to help with basic living costs like housing, food, utilities, and of course, healthcare. We all know how quickly prices go up, and for seniors, it can sometimes feel like your Social Security check doesn't stretch far enough to meet all your needs. But with this new increase, many people are hoping it will take a little of the financial pressure off. But how does this actually work? To understand the full picture, we need to take a closer look at the Social Security Fairness Act. The bill is designed to make several key improvements to the Social Security system. The first big change is the $700 monthly boost, which will be felt immediately by many recipients once the system gets up and running. In addition to that, the bill introduces a more accurate way of calculating the cost of living adjustments, COLA, each year. For those of you who don't know, COLA is meant to adjust Social Security payments to keep up with inflation. But in the past, the formula used to calculate COLA hasn't always been spot on. It didn't always reflect the real costs people were facing, particularly for seniors who have unique needs, like healthcare. With this new law, the COLA adjustments will be more aligned with real-world inflation, meaning your Social Security benefits should more accurately reflect the costs of goods and services you actually use. Another important provision in this bill is a special focus on people who have been paying into the Social Security system for a long time. If you've worked for decades and have consistently contributed to Social Security, you'll be seeing a higher minimum benefit. This means that long-term workers who may have been underpaid for the majority of their careers will now receive a more substantial payout, helping to better reflect the amount they've paid into the system over the years. It's a recognition that if you've been a part of the system for so long, you deserve a fairer return for that contribution. This is especially good news for workers who may have had lower-paying jobs over their lifetime but still spent decades paying into Social Security. But the benefits of this bill don't stop there. The Social Security Fairness Act also takes a hard look at the benefits paid to spouses and survivors. If you're a spouse or survivor of someone who worked and paid into Social Security, you will now receive more fair and equitable benefits under this new law. In the past, some spouses and survivors received less than they deserved, but this new legislation makes sure that these individuals are better taken care of financially. Whether you're a surviving spouse or someone who's dependent on their partner's Social Security, this bill ensures that you're getting your fair share and aren't left behind when it comes to the benefits system. Now, you might be wondering, when can you expect to see the $700 increase in your bank account? The good news is that the Social Security Administration, SSA, is already working to implement the changes. Although it might take a little bit of time to process, many people should start seeing this boost in their monthly payments as soon as insert month/year. Of course, there might be some delays as the SSA updates their systems, but the goal is to make sure that these payments start flowing smoothly in the very near future. And remember, this isn't a one-time payment, this is an ongoing, permanent increase that will be reflected in your monthly Social Security benefits going forward. So, for those of you who rely on Social Security, this means more financial stability and potentially a little less stress in your day-to-day life. If you're struggling to make ends meet, that extra $700 can really help with covering essentials like rent, groceries, medical bills, or even some things you've been putting off, like home repairs or replacing an old car. This boost will give many people the breathing room they've been hoping for and help them feel a bit more secure in their retirement years or their disability benefits. But even though this is a major step forward, it's important to recognize that this bill alone won't fix all the challenges that Social Security faces in the long term. While it's an important reform, Social Security is still facing significant financial strain. The aging population, longer life expectancies, and fewer workers contributing to the system are all factors that will continue to put pressure on the program. The hope is that this bill is a starting point, one that helps build momentum toward future reforms that will keep the system strong and sustainable for years to come. But for now, this $700 boost is a much-needed relief, and it shows that the government is listening to the concerns of seniors and disabled individuals who rely on Social Security to get by. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits, you'll want to keep an eye on your upcoming payments to see when this increase kicks in. The exact timing might vary, so make sure your details with the Social Security Administration are up to date and that you're checking your bank account regularly. In the meantime, it's also a good idea to review your Social Security statement online to make sure everything looks accurate and that you're not missing out on any other benefits you might be entitled to. The Social Security Administration has made a lot of improvements to its online systems in recent years, so it's easier than ever to stay on top of your payments and manage your account. And for those of you who aren't yet on Social Security, it's a good reminder of why it's so important to plan for your future. Whether you're looking ahead to retirement or considering your options for disability benefits, this new law highlights how essential it is to have a solid safety net in place. If you haven't already, it might be worth taking a closer look at your Social Security statements and figuring out how much you can expect to receive when the time comes. With inflation and the cost of living being such a challenge for so many people, the more prepared you are for the future, the better off you'll be. So, in conclusion, the Social Security Fairness Act is a huge win for those who rely on Social Security benefits. The $700 boost could provide a lifeline for many people, easing the financial burden and giving them a bit more freedom in their daily lives. While there's still more work to be done to ensure that Social Security remains strong for future generations, this bill is a step in the right direction. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay informed about more updates and breaking news like this. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts. How do you think this new boost will affect you and others around you? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.